What's happening, everybody? Al here, coming at you from 5 Bar Motorsports. So today, guys, we got the car down here at the shop, and we're going to be making some changes. Now, if you followed my previous videos, you saw my car in stage 1 form do 1059 at 134.7 miles an hour in the quarter mile up at Bradenton Speedway. That's actually pretty good, guys. I had no idea that my stage 1 would actually go that fast. The Killer Chiller obviously is doing a lot of work with the car, so she's running pretty good. But today, we're stepping it up to stage 2. We got the car in the shop. Let me take you inside. Let me show you what's going on. There's the car back there, guys. All the stage 2 hardware has been installed. Let's get in there and get a close look. Okay, guys, well, there she is. 2018 Mustang GT, Orange Fury, 10R80 car, premium car. This car, when it was in stage 1 form, ran pretty good for us, guys. We did 1059 at 134.7 miles an hour. And she was really ripping, pretty good in the 8th mile. We did 695 at 106.4 miles an hour. So she was ripping pretty good on stage 1. And the Killer Chiller helped a lot. I mean, there's no doubt about it. When we put the Killer Chiller on the car picked up 50 horsepower just from that. Now, we're still on 93 octane gas, and we've installed all the stage 2 hardware. And I'll get you in close so that you can take a look. There you can see the 3.875 pulley. Okay, we got the 132 millimeter elliptical throttle body on there, and we also installed the closed air box. Now, I've had a lot of problems when we had the stage 1 on it. We had an open element CAI. Did not work very well for me here in Southwest Florida. We were seeing our IAT1s climb above 175 degrees, sometimes even 180 degrees. But at this point now, we've got the closed air box. 5 Bar did a great job on the install. It's as clean as you can get. We're still running the stock exhaust. We did not go with long tubes on this car. So at this point now, we're gonna do some tuning over the next few days, and we're gonna see what this car puts down. A typical stage 2, I would say, would put down roughly about 700 horsepower. In this case, I'm expecting to get more than that because we're running the Killer Chiller. And like I say, on the stage 1, when we installed the Killer Chiller, we picked up 50 horsepower. So we're hoping that we can get similar results now with the stage 2. And we're also going to go with custom tuning. So things are looking good for this car, guys. In a few days, we'll have that custom tuning, and we'll be back out at the track to see what she can do. Okay, guys, so the car's going to be here for a little while. We got to wait a few days until the dyno is available, and we can get my car up on the dyno and do some tuning on it. So I'm going to take this opportunity to talk about a subject. A question has been put to me a couple of times. Some friends locally here and some people have been posted on the channel. You know, Al, you got the Killer Chiller. It's working really good for you. I got a centrifugal supercharger, right? And I got an air-to-air intercooler. How could I run a Killer Chiller on a system like that? Well, we've got a couple of cars here in the shop, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit here. I got Dave's car right here, and I'm going to show you a few things on this car, and we're going to talk about what it's going to take to use a Killer Chiller in replacement of an air-to-air intercooler. Okay, guys, here's Dave's car. This is a car that puts down big numbers to the rear wheels. We've seen, 1,000, 1,100 horsepower to the rear wheels with this car. And this is a single turbo car. The turbo is out of it. It's in for service. But while I have an opportunity, I can show you what the intercooler looks like. Okay, now this is a big air-to-air intercooler. You can see there, Mishimoto. Okay, this is typically what you'll see with a turbo car or a centrifugal supercharger or something like that. Basically, all you have in the front is an air-to-air. And there's other cars in the shop here, guys, I'm going to show you that have an intercooler like this. Let's go over there and take a look. Okay, guys, so here's another one. This is a C6 Corvette that's here in 5 Bar for some service. They're doing some upgrades to it, but you can see right there, air-to-air intercooler. Okay, pretty typical, right? There's nothing unusual about that. And we've got some other cars in here that are of interest. You can see back there on the dyno, that's a Gen 6 Camaro. That car's got a D1X on it, making big numbers to the rear wheels. And it's a really nice car. But there's some other stuff over here that I want to show you. I've showed you this car before. Okay, this is Joe's 3-valve. Now, this is a car that puts down roughly 1,000 horsepower to the rear wheels. It's got a single turbo on it, a really big turbo, but there's something different about this car. Let me take you in there and show it to you. Okay, everybody, so this is Joe's 3-valve. This is a 2007 Mustang GT that was built up here at 5 Bar Motorsports. This car is fast, man. I mean, this car will run mid to low 8s, possibly a 7 on a good day. It's nothing more than a 3-valve, 398 cubic inches, a big 84 millimeter precision turbo on it. You can see it's got the front bumper exit there. And you look in here, you basically see a 3-valve. Nothing really special about it. Even runs the stock throttle body. But look here, look at this device right here, okay? What you see there is a 2,000 horsepower air-to-water intercooler. And this is what's different about this one, because you don't have, you know, the air-to-air intercooler in here. What Joe has decided to do with this is use the air-to-water, and it's supplemented with an ice tank in the back seat. Now, this is a race car. A lot of guys will do this. They'll use an air-to-water like this on their race car with an ice tank, you know, and it cools their IATs and it gets their cars to really run. Now, this is a really big one, guys. This is 2,000 horsepower. They make them in all different sizes to fit different cars. But this is a really good example of what you might do if you have, you know, a turbo like this one or a Vortec or something like that, and you want to get away from the air-to-air intercooler and do something different. You know, say you're on the street, you want to use a killer chiller like I do, you know, and get similar results that I do. You're in a hot climate like I am, and you really want to cool your IATs, but you got a turbo or you've got a centrifugal. Well, that's how you do it, guys. You put on an air-to-water intercooler, a lot like this one, okay? I understand that this is a race car and it's a little bit of a different situation, but if you've got the room and you've got a place to put it, you could very easily install this on a street car, combine it with a killer chiller, and get good results. Seems like a good idea to me, guys. I've done very well with my killer chiller, and it's something worth looking into if you're on the street and you're looking for, you know, a way to make more power. You know, just improve your combination, do something with it, make some more power. This is a good way to go. Well, there you have it, guys. The Stage 2 hardware has been installed, and the car is looking really good. So next up, we're going to get the car up on the rollers. We're going to do some custom tuning, see what the car lays down, and then after that, we're going to take it to the track and watch it roll out. So stay tuned. There's a lot more to come. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.
Butterscotch colored Mustang GT. Buddy, micro little rosy. Large on the inside. 1059, I guess. Quite a